Glory 2.0 was a European major with 333 attendance held in Barcelona, Spain on the 12th of March 2022. It's the most stacked major in Europe in 2022 so far, with attendance of Leon, Sisqui, Raflow, Quick, Mr. E, Mr. R, and many more. I am Tarik, and I present you my run at Glory 2.0. Being seed 15 meant that I had a relatively easy way through my pool, although I had a game-free scenario against the SK, a Spanish Shield player. Qualifying out of pools, Trim, the best Mega Man in Europe, was waiting for me in top 32. I decided to play my secondary Kazuya vs him, due to being able to run through the weak pellets with my tough armor. The set started off rough, with Trim destroying me the first two stocks. Even though I lost the match, I was able to make a good comeback. The second game, I adapted to the way Trim was approaching me and keeping me away, so I took the second game, making the match count of 1-1. Starting off the third match, well, you can see it for yourself.
Pues volvemos a enfrentar otra vez ahora en el estadio Pokémon. El cabezazo que pega es que las animaciones son tan violentas, pero Tarik!
I zeroed to death Trim right as we started the match, and kept dominating him throughout the match, resulting into a quick 2-stock finish.
Pero ese ruido significa problemas.
Y ese
Trim counterpicked me back to Pokemon Stadium 2, where he struggled dealing the percent he needed to take advantage of the game. Even worse, he lost his first two stocks while only dealing 70%.
Segundo por muy poquito. Madre mía, cómo está el loco. Tarik otra vez con el mismo. ¡Loco! ¿Qué haces?
After taking my first stock, he basically immediately lost his stock, resulting to me winning 3-1 over him with Kazuya Mishima! I advanced to top 16, where I then had to face Raflow, the prodigy Palutena player from France. He was the second seed of the tournament, so I would need to make the upset to move on in the bracket. I decided to play Greninja in the set. Palutena mains say that Greninja is one of her worst matchups, so I was feeling confident going into the match.
Ouais, tu vois, j'allais te le dire, il préfère sortir Greninja. C'est du low profile.
I took his first stock in the first 30 seconds due to Raflow expecting to take my back air, but it actually doesn't fully connect. He proceeded to restart his controller and we continued the match, with 0 to death to expand my lead even further.
En tous les cas, moi, je vais râler.
Oh purée, juste avant le flash, est-ce qu'on peut revenir? Non.
Il est mort, hein.
Oh là là, deux gimp à la suite.
Raflow was able to take my first stock, but still lost the match with me still having 2 stocks left.
Attention,
ouais, ok.
He counterpicked me to Town and City and went on a rampage, killing me very early with a down for back air combo, and also keeping me in disadvantage for almost my entire next stock, playing me in every kind of way.
Et on esquive ici le Hellblaze.
Raflow qui a plus ses forces, hein, la dash attack, le back air. On connaît, hein, Léon il en fait des cauchemars.
Ouais. On est bien d'accord.
Oh, le back air qui tue!
I did manage to take a stock and tried to bring it back, but after getting a few hits in, Raflow overwhelmed me and took the second game with a 2-stock himself.
La situation et c'est magnifiquement bien exécuté avec cette disparition d'invincibilité.
Partout.
I brought it back to a small battlefield, making sure that Raflow doesn't have much space to run away with. After taking the percent lead, Raflow got antsy and started overshooting to me, but it resulted with a stock loss from his end.
Essayez de dealer pour read un peu les hard dodge, Raflow est pas rentré dans le piège et voilà. Là ça tue. Comme je disais.
C'est ce que tu disais, ouais.
After taking a lot of damage, he eventually took my stock and I went for the biggest of reads.
Super patience côté Raflow.
But it failed.
On le rappelle, hein, le match trap de Raflow.
After evading all of Raflow's actions and advantage, I landed a fair against him, bringing him to his last stock. I successfully kept my stock up and played around Raflow's kill moves. Eventually, I took his last stock and it seemed like we would be winning all of our matches with 2 stocks left. Raflow didn't like the sound of that idea and switched to a secondary Wario. Me and Raflow were both at the Smash World Tour EU finals and played a few friendlies with each other. Back then, he told me how much he hates the Greninja Palutena matchup, so he usually picks the secondary Wario for it, and his Wario was definitely holding up better than his Palutena in our session. As you might know, I personally think Wario might be Greninja's worst matchup in the game. I always have a secondary ready for him, just like in the past with Pokemon Trainer, and nowadays Kazuya. But since Raflow counterpicked me, I had no way to switch. I had to play this matchup and win, so it doesn't come to a Game 5 scenario. I prayed that all was going to be fine.
Un peu de bruit s'il vous plaît, parce que là il est en danger sur sa winner run.
The match started off super close, giving each other around the same amount of percents the whole time while having crazy edgeguard situations.
Situation absolument affreuse. On est quand même sur Town City, hein. Un back air ou un forward air de la part de Tarik, ça peut être très dangereux. Oh, bien vu ça.
Ok, bon pari.
D'accord. Oh ok. 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 Ok Raflow, très bien, parfait, on prend, on achète. D'accord, la plateforme.
Finally, I was able to get the edgeguard versus Raflow and got a stock lead with it. But after around 20 seconds later, Wario reached his full waft.
Voilà. Oh.
Ok, c'est dommage ça.
Ouais, dommage.
From the beginning of the match, I was aware of the situation, so I tried to deal as much damage as possible until losing my stock. When I lost my stock, I only dealt 34%.
Prise dash attack, c'est récupéré cette fois-ci. La DI, peut-être qu'il voulait aller au contact, il a...
I kept approaching Raflow to keep dealing damage, but never overextended to not take the risk of taking too much damage myself. Then, the moment happened.
Pour l'instant, cette destination finale peut lui poser problème. Et c'est récupéré dans le mauvais sens. On est parti en full in. Côté Tarik, c'était la meilleure chose à faire.
Raflow messed up the way he hit the waft and sent me to the wrong direction, and I took his stock right after.
Aïe 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 pour Raflow.
Once again, I lost my stock after dealing around 50%, but this time Raflow didn't have waft ready, not even half waft.
Pardon?
He eventually actually managed to get another full waft, but it was too little, too late for Raflow.
Il y a quelque chose à faire. Attention, non! Le chargement de l'up smash qui a été récupéré sur la plateforme en situation de tech chase. Tarik n'avait qu'à attendre le react et on prend le 3-1. Raflow part en côté loser side sur ce top 32, mesdames et messieurs.
Yes, 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 yes.
I ended it with a down to the up smash platform tech chase to win the whole set 3-1. This is my first of many upsets in this tournament. Up next in winner's quarters, I had to face Quick, one of the best Samus players in the world. I've had a few sets with Quick previously and I lost them all, putting me in a 3-0 deficit. The last time we played was at TGM Esports Unlimited, where he beat me 3-1. In all the sets we've played, I only played Greninja against him, but now I thought of doing the impossible and try a new character versus him. His name is...
Et du coup la game va se lancer et on va voir du Kazuya Mishima contre Samus. Oh ça m'étonne, je vais pas te mentir ça m'étonne.
Kazuya Mishima, let's go!
Kazuya Mishima.
This matchup is known to be one of Kazuya's worst matchups. Samus is one of the few characters that can make Kazuya play a completely different game than he usually wants to. Her zoning makes Kazuya have to adapt to the player to the fullest, and if Kazuya gets one hit in, he has to get the full reward out of it, otherwise it will be hard to keep up with the damage dealt by Samus. Quick and I went back and forth with stocks, always resetting at 0% after every stock loss.
Ce qu'on peut en stream, mais prenez conscience que nous devons faire avancer le winner bracket. Très bon FB par contre là-dessus de la part de Tarik, mais je rappelle que je ne serai pas là pour le top 8 parce que je serai dans la salle à m'époumoner pour la plupart de mes gars.
Et pour l'instant, alors qu'on avait un gros lead de la part de Quick, continue à rack up avec ses charge shots, c'est un peu compliqué de trouver l'ouverture.
Oh bien. Ok.
Empty up là, down B. Oh, j'aime bien.
Ah, c'était ambigu, c'était bien senti.
Ouais,
j'attendais pas forcément à ça. Par contre, le charge shot oui, mais on a le rage drive, ce qui veut dire que pas de rage drive.
C'est ce que je dis. À chaque fois qu'il réussit à avoir une avance, c'est Quick qui répond directement de la base.
It was just a matter of time of who takes the third and last stock to take the first game.
À tout moment là, on sait que Tarik ça se joue à rien. Oh oui, il a juste. Vous vous rendez compte?
I took the first game, just like at TGM Esports Unlimited, so it is far from over now. Quick counterpicked me to Town and City, a very large stage. He abused it in the right way, and I had barely any options to get into Samus, making this match the hardest. Obviously, we still have to keep up the even games, so we trade our first 2 stocks, once again, basically resetting at 1 stock and almost 0%.
C'était vraiment la référence début Ultimate, c'était vraiment eux qui étaient devant, il y avait la rivalité avec la France, et puis on entend Ferry Nord, et le reste j'avoue que j'entends pas énormément parler, j'ai pas énormément de nouvelles de... Pourquoi je pénale en fait, pardon. Oh là là. C'est trop... Quelques pourcents. Oh non.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? Oh, je pense qu'on s'est trompé d'input.
Oui.
Il y a un petit misinput. Ah, c'est vraiment dommage parce qu'on avait la stock. Même le up B qui va...
Attends, mais là ça veut dire qu'il peut red drive en entrée de stock. Oh. Tu sens qu'il y a un truc qui explose dans leur cerveau? Ah bah oui, on est sur Sun City et c'est lourd, Kazuya Mishima.
C'est ton choix de map.
C'est 106 de poids je crois, Kazuya. C'est vraiment lourd.
Ah, il me semble que c'est assez lourd, ouais.
This time, Quick takes the stock first, which leads us into a 1-1 situation, just how it went at the previous tournament we both faced each other.
Qui va peut-être trouver le kill là, je pense.
Oh.
Noticing how much trouble I had in approaching, I decided to go back to small battlefield. Quick wanted to end my first stock real quick, but luckily missed the downer he tried to get.
Déjà. Oh,
As the games before, we can't let each other stay in the lead.
non, vraiment.
Oh, en plus on trouve l'armure.
Et une bonne dash attaque.
Ah bon. Chaud, ok.
Et c'est le début.
Oh dommage.
Non, c'est vraiment dommage. On avait la ride. Et la dash attaque qui va trouver la sock.
On s'était...
Or can we?
Mais évidemment, il faut les utiliser comme tous les versions de Super Smash Bros Ultimate avec parcimonie.
Et il va être trouvé. Et on réussit à kill.
C'est la...
Yeah, well, why would you get hit by Kazuya? Am I right? Anyways, after taking the first stock, Quick quickly got overwhelmed, and I chose the right option in almost every situation, playing out of my mind these last 2 stocks, and bringing the match count to 2-1.
Trop bien ce qu'il fait. Oh, il me fait trop peur. En fait, à chaque fois qu'il touche un input, j'ai peur.
À chaque fois qu'il touche, oh, et c'est fini. Et c'est fini. Un B. Et c'est fini. Oh putain, bien joué pour Tarik. Trop bien.
One more match and I will qualify for top 8 winner side. But more importantly, one more game to finally win a set versus Quick. I remembered to ban big stages, including Taunton City, because in this matchup specifically, I need an easy time to get into Samus' space. Quick brings us to Battlefield, which might theoretically be a way better stage for Samus than for Kazuya, but I was sure that this was the pig I was looking for. After a few interactions, both of us reached high percents, but Quick got hit by the typical Kazuya Mishima noob trick and died for it.
Une certaine map, tu peux le sortir.
À la proto, ouais. Oh, 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 oh.
Le bac à roue, le...
Oh, let's go. Quelle conversion.
And then, well, let the commentators take over from here, even though I don't understand French.
C'est drôle ça.
Ah, j'ai le démon. Attends, on a battu le charge shot à l'atterrissage. Ok,
le net.
Ok.
On retrouve ça, on suit la diag. Oh, attention, on a la rage. Ah non,
le laser qui part plus vite avec les pourcents qui... Oh, le laser qui va trouver la kill. Et on reste backer. Recto. Sniper. Incroyable.
After Quick took my final stock and gave his last few hits to me, I hit my first and last rage drive of the set, finally taking the set 3-1 over Quick with Kazuya Mishima.
Of course.
After I made 2 upsets, I advanced to top 8 winner side, where I had to face Pew. Currently, the sets between me and Pew were always last hit scenarios, in basically every game. But Pew somehow always gets the clutch moment, and gets himself to set against me.
Okay, everyone, Tarik, come on!
Kazuya Mishima.
So you're gonna bring out the Kazuya?
Who knows? Maybe.
Oh, you don't want to tell us? Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So how do you see the matchup against Pew?
He always beats me, but today's the day where it's gonna change.
There you go. There you go. That's what we want to hear.
I said what I said. and I gave the crowd what they wanted to see. At least I wanted to, but the first 2 matches were nothing but 1 or 2 hit combos and slow paced. But here we go for game 3. After winning game 1 and 2, I decided to turn up the heat a little in game 3. After taking the first hit, I took Pew's first stock with a 0 to death string, making myself comfortable with a whole stock lead. 2 more stocks to beat Pew and win semifinals. Confirming with near to rage drive, I took Pew's second stock ridiculously early, which I felt sorry for, so I lost my stock on purpose right afterwards, of course. Pew slowly but surely was able to rack up damage, but took significant hits himself, and eventually I caught his jump with the stanky lag and beat Pew 3-0 with
Ahora Tarik.
Wins.
Muy buena.
On the other side of the bracket waited AndresFn, who's the only Spanish player left in the bracket. He upset Homika and Flo in his winner's bracket, and then we both were sitting in the winner's finals, ready to face one another. If you didn't know, Anders ladder was revived very recently to the tournament. I played under a Smurf account against Andres, and it went pretty well, I'd say.
Bro, he hecho buena DI, ¿qué narices? Me ha metido solo un fire. What the fuck. Algo está fallando porque le he hecho el Nair -2 y lo ha podido grabear. Le tiro el Hadouken al aire. ¡Ella lo le ha hacia adentro! A ver. Que no le hago hacia adentro y me ha dado el eléctrico. Tío, ¿qué es esto?
Looking at the beautiful footage, you'd guess I'm easily gonna win that set, right? Well...
Ahora mismo ese momento.
¡Oh, no llega! ¡No llega!
Y
Hizo
se
fastball,
cae.
Tarik, no hagas fastball.
I can't ever have my moment. Andres beat me 3-1 and kicked me down to losers finals, where I had to face Leon, not the Bowser, the Lucina. The first and last time me and Leon played was at UFA 2019, so it's been quite some time since our last set. He's a 4th seed of the tournament and has placed incredibly well at every European tournament he's entered, so this is a losers final worthy set. Greninja Lucina is one of my most favorite matchups in the game, because it mostly is a close combat one-on-one where both players have to rely on each other's reactions and adaptation skills to make their opponent crumble at disadvantage. So it's always packed with intense gameplay.
Ya, Tarik tiene frío de no haber jugado unas partidas, eso suena bastante, pero oye...
¿No se lo va a llevar?
No, sí. ¡Oh! ¡Oh!
Vuelve.
¿Cómo acaba de volver?
I was able to win the first game with 2 well-done edge guards and was putting on a statement with a 2-stock finish.
Tarik, oh, adiós.
No me haces a pi.
Y la vaciladita,
Sí.
Toma patadita.
Bueno, Tarik le hace una buena robada. Por un Greninja, que es un muñeco relativamente honesto, que juega más a puche, más aéreos y tal. Así que bueno, rascando, vamos llegando al final de la primera partida.
After winning the first game, I immediately striked Lucina's best stages in this matchup, obviously because that's what I'm supposed to do after winning a match, and we go to... I obviously forgot to ban the best stage in this matchup for Lucina, but oh well, let's see how it goes. Well yeah, what a stupid choice of me. Then we went back to small battlefield just like in game 1. We're going back and forth until I catch a sloppy air dodge with a full charge shuriken.
Oh, vaya, en horizontal.
I'm building up a small lead, but Leon almost instantly took my stock afterwards. The match stays super even this whole time, just like it was in the first stock, and we just can't take each other's stocks, and we can't secure a good lead against each other. I finally took Leon's second stock with a Hydro Pump Gim once again.
Está en peligro León ahora mismo. Eso creo que ya podría matar, pero exactamente, paniqué un poquito. Hay que esperarse tras el agua.
But Leon did not let me give him any percents whatsoever. So we both reset at last stock, game 3, and let me show you what a nail biter we had.
Que se escucha por toda esta con esta igualdad. Hay que romper este empate y esos dos jugadores están decididos a hacerlo. De momento Tarik pillando muy bien con esos dos ataques, intentando empezar combos. León que se destemparada. Están ambos en un porcentaje parecido. Y bueno, el antifood.
Voy a pillar a León, le da el borde, no tequea y lo envía a Sebastopol por un momentito, Espadas, otras al B, volviendo con la pila, ganas de como antes. Es algo muy safe. No va a perder el cabezón y se pensaba que se venía en un wild. No, mira, a ver si consigue salir de aquí. Antes hemos visto algo así y cuidadito que no está salvo para nada, Tarik.
No, para nada. Porque era el segundo personaje. ¡Oh, Dios mío! Le ha leído. Porque era el segundo personaje. ¡Oh, Dios mío! Le ha leído el segundo salto. Vaya barbaridad, pensaba que iba a dar al aire. Muy bien leído por parte de León, pero eso no va a ser suficiente todavía. Están los dos muy altos. Va el momento de Edgar. León lo va a intentar, no lo está conseguido salir. Están los dos súper altos, los dos personajes, aunque no maten tanto esquinas con palanca, eso sí que puede matar. Pero con palanca, eso sí que puede matar. Pero León intenta hacer el Edgar, va a hacer un Edgar tradicional, se espera, va con la calma, no quiere meterse en tensión, se acerca, no lo consigue, interceptar. El salto de ninja, ese Tarik lo interceptar, casi se va por delante Tarik, no tiene esquiva. Tarik se lo lleva por delante con esa espada.
Anyways, let's chillax for a second. Cue the music! After a long break, Leon went absolutely ham on me in the first few interactions of the match. He took my first stock before a minute passed. After many failed opportunities to take his stock, I made sure to even it up by taking his first stock. Leon didn't care about it and kept all his momentum to dominate me. I got nervous in his deed, but this isn't what stops me from winning this match.
El todo arriesgó demasiado la distancia a la que iba y se fue para abajo. Ya le pasó un par de veces que se ha pasado yendo para abajo y va a volver, pero muy justito, Leo, muy justito. Está igualadísima esta partida realmente, aunque la ventaja ahora mismo sigue siendo para León por muy poquito. Esto va a matar 83. Sí. Qué buena robada acaba de hacer.
Ahora sí la ha pillado súper bien y la acaba de igualar. Cuidado, esto va a hacer daño. No, qué buen tech, el tech del roleo para salvarse León y va a detrás de él esta rana huyendo,
Sí, la verdad es que sí, una auténtica barbaridad. Así que bueno, la rana huyendo poco a poco, pero bueno, es difícil huir de este de espadas. Esto de espadazos, León que está intentando pegarlo, pero está perdiendo un poquito de acierto. Ya no tiene tanta precisión. Tarik está apretando muchísimo, está intentando robar esta partida porque va 2-1. Va a intentar tenerlo y lo va a conseguir.
Tarik pasando, pasando súper.
I beat Leon 3-1 after a major comeback in the last game and advanced to Grand Finals, facing AndresFn once again for the last time in the tournament. Now it's time for Grand Finals, me versus AndresFn once again, just like in Winners Finals. The match started out really rough for me, and I took a lot of percent while not even dealing any percent. Andres even took my first stock, and then even continued in the second stock, while not letting me go at all. But luckily, I somehow finally got the reversals, and also dealt some damage back, and even took a stock. Andres waited for my options and just mashed on my shield, but also punished my jump out of shield and taking my second stock. Now it's time for me to catch up once again, but I luckily hit a down tilt up smash and killed him at 100%, making a huge comeback so far. And at the end, I almost had the match winning edge guard, but I failed it and immediately got back aired, so AndresFn took the first game. Andres switched to Ryu, the other Street Fighter character. Different to Ken, Ryu uses the shakurets, and it caught me off guard a lot of times. I jumped around a lot due to not needing to be scared of rush or Ryuken kills, but obviously Ryu can still catch you in the air. Shortly after Andres took my stock, I successfully landed the Hydro Pump Gimp, making the stock hunt even. A lot of funny interactions happened at the ledge, which led me to think this game is actually funny, until I got caught by a glorious auto turnaround down tilt from Ryu. Making Greninja's up smash work, I took Andres' second stock with 55% on myself. I just need to take this one more stock to win the game to make it. Whoa! I did not expect that to kill! Andres just needs to win one more game to win the whole tournament. Will I be able to bring it all the way back? Moving into game 3, Andres starts out hot and takes my stock pretty clean and easy. While taking a little longer, I managed to get Andres' stock off without taking a lot of percent either, making this pretty even to start it off.
Tarik debería intentar hacer aquí un Edgar. Consigue guiar muy bien el timing Andrés. Vuelve al escenario, pero bueno, volvemos a los stocks.
Although my back air loves to not connect, I was able to edgeguard Andres successfully and had the lead for the first time in a while. And then immediately lose it. The crowd started to heat up and give Andres all their energy, but I managed to clutch it up and get the match, making it 2-1 for Andres. Since I'm doing this video, I should be the protagonist who wins it all, right? No. Andres won Glory 2.0 3-1 over me, so I finished in second place out of 333 competitors. This is my first outstanding result in 2022, and also showed the European scene that I'm back after finishing 17th at VCA 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video. This video has cost me a lot of time, and as you might notice, it's been quite some time since March. This video has been in the works for quite a while, and I'm happy to finally present it to you. Comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, and let me know any constructive critique. I'd be happy to hear it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you sometime soon. Goodbye.